Most people own a smartphone nowadays, and some may even own two. They are built by different manufacturers, and they're built differently. They have different chipsets, they have different OSs, and that's where we talk about smartphone compatibility. Hey, it's LSFT here today, and today we're here to look at this Lexus Connected Technology Support website. So one thing I want to put a disclaimer on is that this website is, down here on the bottom, says all information contained herein applies to US vehicles only. So anywhere in the world, this is just a point of reference, and Lexus has put a disclaimer that this website is only applies to US vehicles. So let me go here and start and select the NX 450H Plus, which is the vehicle I own. 2022, and it gets started. So in here you would see there's support topics, talks about the features that are available, and any other features like the remote connect, digital key, service connect, and all the good stuff. Today I'll be looking at the smartphone compatibility. So now we look at the check smartphone compatibility for your Lexus. So I've selected the NX450H Plus, and then I'll have to select the year and go next. Okay, now it shows me a list of manufacturers, smartphone manufacturers. So I don't know in the US if you only have three brands, Apple, Google, and Samsung. But okay, let's see, Apple. So then in Apple, it ranges from iPhone 8 to all the way to iPhone 13. So if I select iPhone 8 and continue, now it shows compatibility of iPhone 8 Plus and the 2022 NX450H Plus. So here, where the we have the legend. So the green is compatible, the orange, yellow is partially compatible, red is not compatible, not applicable, and not tested. So we look at the features. So this is saying that the premium trim, and the features. So what do we have here? So we have the audio streaming is compatible, and I can actually click here and I can go down to every single item, which I will not go through. And I'll just probably go on the ones that are partially or the ones that are not compatible. So basic indicators, you can see here, it's compatible. Calling functions are all compatible. Messaging is compatible. Connecting smartphone is compatible. USB features, all compatible. Voice recognition, all compatible. CarPlay, so wired and wireless is compatible. Android Auto is not applicable, that's obvious. Device configuration is compatible. Integrated streaming, all compatible. Digital key, if applicable, is compatible. And Wi-Fi services, which is the hotspot, is compatible. So if you do own an iPhone 8 or iPhone 8 Plus, congratulations, it's quite compatible. So now I go back to phone selection. It seems to not remember that I have an NX450H Plus. Anyways, let's go and pick an NX350H. So this is a hybrid. Let's go next. Okay, let me go and continue with Apple. Now let me go to the newest iPhone 13. Continue. So we see the same thing, and now we actually show the entry model, which is tested on 15.6 iOS, and the premium was tested on 15.5. So now you would see that they're all compatible. Android Auto is not applicable, and the digital key is not available on the entry. So if you do own an iPhone 13, seems to be fine too. Well, if they actually had the wireless charger, then maybe that's questionable. So let me go back to the phone selection. It's annoying that I have to go and select this this vehicle profile every single time. So let me go back to the NX450H Plus. Okay, so now let me go to Google. And I go to the Pixel 6 Pro, which is the phone that I own. Alright, so now we have the compatibility of the Pixel 6 Pro and the 2022 NX450H Plus. And this is tested on the premium trim with Android 12. No longer the latest because the Pixel 6 Pro just got Android 13. And I don't think that's going to be that big of a difference. So let's go down this list. So what I see here is the audio streaming is partially compatible. Let's expand that. So now we see here what's not compatible is the streaming music on two devices. So that's one item that the Pixel 6 Pro does not work with the NX450H Plus. Okay, so now let's continue down here, and it says basic indicators. So this also is compatible, so which is good. Calling functions is all compatible. Messaging, all compatible. Connecting smartphone, all compatible. USB features. Okay, so what does the symbol mean again? It means not applicable. So meaning this is not, so this is actually not applicable. So I'm assuming that the Android devices do not get these features. So USB as a source. So, okay, so I cannot use my phone to stream music. Voice recognition is compatible. CarPlay, obvious. Android Auto. So wired and wireless is good. Device configuration, all good. Integrated streaming, all good. And here, which is very disappointing, the digital key is not compatible. So a very disappointing thing, and maybe that is the reason why that the digital key function does not work well with my Android device. So now let's go back to phone selection, and again I have to go and select my vehicle again. Okay, so let's go and look at the Pixel 4, which is a much older device. So this is also tested on Android 12. Same thing, audio streaming has streaming music in two devices not compatible or partially compatible. USB features are not applicable. CarPlay is not applicable. Oh, and digital key is not even on the list. But we do see integrated streams. Yep, so digital key is not on the list for the Pixel 4. Now let's go back. This is very annoying. I have to go and select this every single time. So now let's go to Samsung. So Samsung has a wide range of different phones. Let's go to the newest, the S22. Continue. So we see here that it was tested with a premium trim, tested with Android 12. Okay, so audio streaming. Same thing, cannot stream music on two devices. Everything is good. USB features, same thing, not applicable. CarPlay, not applicable. And what's interesting is the digital key is not tested. So how did they test all the features but not the digital key itself? So I don't know. I think I've seen people saying that the S22 does work with the digital key. So I guess this is actually okay, tested by their owners. So let's go back. So, okay, 450H plus, Samsung. Let's pick the oldest, the S8. So the S8 was tested on the Android 9, which is a very old phone. But let's see. Interesting. Do you see here that the audio streaming music on two devices, is compatible? Basic indicators, calling functions, messaging, connecting, USB features not applicable, so everything looks good. And digital key was tested. So are you telling me that Lexus QA team is actually using a Samsung S8 to test the new features of a 2022 phone, like a car? I hope not. Shouldn't they be testing the new devices and not an old phone? And on Android 9, which is many versions behind. Alright, now let's go back to the phone selection. So we've gone through the three models of the phones, but let me just go back and now look at like an NX350. I just want to have a look at the Samsung. We looked at the S8 and the S22, so let's make a midpoint, like the S10, and see what happens here. So you can see Android 12, it says audio streaming is now partially compatible. So I don't know if this is an Android 12 thing or what it is. But also digital key is not compatible. Let's go back. Let's go to S20. It's also Android 12. Also partially compatible. Not applicable USB functions, features, no CarPlay, and digital key is also not tested. Seems to have a lot of not tested for the digital key. So let's go back to, let's go 350 and let's look at an Apple device. Let's look at mid-ground Apple. So let's look at the iPhone 11. So this is on 15.6 on the premium and in the entry 15.5. And I think what the premium entry means is this is the base model sound system and this is the Mark Levinson. So let's go down here and see everything is compatible. Android Auto is not. Digital key. Actually, no, this is probably entry trim because the entry sound system can still have the digital key. So the digital key is compatible and the hotspot is compatible. So it does look like Lexus has been more compatible with Apple devices. So whoever owns an Apple phone will probably see higher compatibility with their new NX. Yeah, it seems to be quite consistent with the features either not tested or not fully compatible. So let's summarize this video. The Check Smartphone Compatibility tool is helpful to let you know if your smartphone works with your brand new Lexus. This is not a tool just for the NX, but because you can see here, it you can actually search for most Lexus models here. The tool could be better, but I think most of you won't be searching all phones like me and won't be annoyed with the vehicle selection resetting every single time. So this tool currently supports Apple, Google, and Samsung devices, but they don't support all the brands or all the models that are available from these manufacturers. So for example, the flip phones or of the like this the Galaxy Flip is not here. So I think you can only guess the Flip will be similar to the S22, and you can check it that way. One other thing is the short list of manufacturers. I would say probably Motorola should be added here so you can actually have more conclusive manufacturers. But then when you look at it, Apple seems to be the device that is more compatible with all the features of the new NX, whereas Google phones are mostly compatible with a few features not fully compatible, and the very disappointing digital key is not compatible at all. And Samsung phones, where the S8, S9 running much older Android devices are fully compatible. But starting with the S10 running Android 12, they are not fully compatible. The Samsungs running Android 12 haven't been tested with the digital key feature, and I'm not sure why Lexus haven't tested it yet. It seems to be quite obvious that a lot of the Android users are using Samsung phones running Android 12. So hopefully this video gives you insight, and I will leave the link on the website that I'm going here below in the description below so that you can check out the compatibility of your smartphone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. You can also press that bell icon to get alerted when new videos are out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers.